Let's go over today's script that you're going to see. So you'll see it here first. This is for the JV, defensive backs, and linebackers. So first play, the call is sticks, and we're going to get a bootleg. So what's going to happen here is it's trips Liz, corner, corner. The strong's going to be lined up here. Buck is going to be over number 3. The Mike and Will be lined up in the bubbles. When we get the bootleg, the Buck is man-to-man, so Buck will have the Y on this route here. This guy will have the H on the blast route. The Mike has back out, so he'll pick up the F. The W will be free. The will be free here. And what you're going to do is you're going to help on the blast route. Okay, when we get bootleg, that's the first thing you help on. The call here is bowl answer. Now, because it's a bowl call, the Buck's going to be on the line of scrimmage. While there is a tight end this way, the will, you will not get on the line of scrimmage because we're going to have the anchor over top the tight end here. Okay. Now, if the anchor wasn't over the top, you would be lining up on him. You would be lining up on the line of scrimmage as well. But for now, just line up over the guy. You still are lined up over the number 2 receiver. Okay. Now, the strong, usually you line up over the number 2 receiver, but when we bowl it and we put this guy on the line of scrimmage, that affects you a little bit. Okay. So I want you to slide in a little bit more. Normally, you line up directly over this guy, but here I have you slide in a little bit more because usually the Buck would be responsible to play this gap. But now the Buck's over here, so we can't do that. It's going to be your job. Okay, so when the Buck is bowling, right? When the Buck is bowling, we slide in a little bit. Okay. We get bootleg here, and we're in zone. So the Buck will get to the flat. Now the strong safety, usually I say they play corner to flat, right? Like when we get movement, when we get quarterback movement, the curl defender's supposed to get out to the flat. Okay, and right now, if you do the same thing, I'm fine with that. Like there's a redundancy where we have both the Buck and the strong on this. But for right now, that's okay. So your rule is to get to the flat. The Mike, your rule is to get to the curl, and the Will's going to hang back. All right, so Will linebacker's going to hang back here, and there you go. You'll end up picking up this wheel route. Okay. Next, we have sticks. The call, the play call that's the play call. Sticks is the play call. The formation call is power Liz. So this is how we'll line up. The Buck and the Will are both on the line of scrimmage. The strong safety has to slide in a little bit because the Buck is outside. This corner is going to be slightly more inside than normal as well, okay, for the same reason that the safety is, right? When these guys are outside on the line of scrimmage, we compensate by moving a little bit inside, okay? Okay, but not that far. Free safety is ready to play the middle of the field. We get power here, this play right here. We get this run play here. So we get this power run play. The Buck, you're going to get a pass read from your tight end, and you're going to dip under. Dip under. We'll work this. You have to spill it. And then the rest of you are going to chase it down. Corner, you're going to see a run block. You should fill here immediately. And then these guys should also fill here pretty quick. Mike linebacker, you got to read open, close window. Okay, if there's any window open here, hit it. If not, you keep moving to the outside. So Buck is supposed to spill this to the outside, make the runner go out there, and then we get all our defenders there. The next play looks like this, and we're in answer. It's trips rip. When this guy motions, he's going to motion all the way across. We bump. We're going to bump here. So the Will, you're going to bump out. Make sure you stay outside leverage on the Y. The Mike's going to bump over to this bubble. The Buck's going to bump into the box, and then the strong safety is going to bump over H. From there, we have our zones, and we're getting all verticals here. So corners, make sure you have depth. Make sure you have depth and that you're able to split these routes, okay, because you're going to have to play to the sideline. Free safety, also make sure you have depth. Now, these receivers, the H and the Y, okay, they're either going to run through the curl zone or they're going to run through the hook zone. Whichever one they run through, okay, whatever one they run through, I want to collision the guy. So if I'm the Will, collision him, and then settle in your curl area. Okay, so he's going to run vertical. Boom, meet him, collision him, pass, collision them, shove them, then settle in your zone. Okay, I do not want these guys to just free run all the way down the field. Later, we will have the same play, except we'll be in sticks. Now, the difference here would be when this guy motions, the strong safety runs with it. Okay, and we stay locked on man-to-man. So the strong safety is man-to-man on the Y. The Buck, you stay still. You're going to be man-to-man on the H. Here's a play we're going to get. It's pass out of power. If you are on the line of scrimmage, so Buck and Will, this is a power rip call right here. You got to look at the tight end. This is your read. He's not going to block anybody. He's going to release past the line of scrimmage. As soon as he does that, it triggers your pass read, and you have the flat. You'll see this at some point. This is an unbalanced set, so just look at it now, and when you see it, just remember that. Okay, we're on the left hash, and the call here would be Pro Liz Utah. Okay, Pro Liz Utah. So let's talk about how we get lined up here. The corner on this side would be lined up over number 1. Okay, get tighter because he's tighter. So I only have you here 5 yards instead of like 7. The strong safety is going to be over the Z guy, the Z receiver, so directly over him. I have you a little bit closer than the corner. We're going to have the anchor in this gap. Okay, that's one of the defensive linemen. The Buck, you're going to be over top number 3. So there you go. Over number 1, over number 2, over number 3. You guys line up basically like it's a Tritz formation. Now, though, it's Utah, so what's going to happen here is the corner's going to slide in. He's going to have the edge of the box over here, the bubble on this side, the Will linebacker is going to be in the middle, splitting both bubbles. Okay, splitting both bubbles. This corner's on the edge of the bubble on the right side. The Will is splitting the bubbles, and the Mike is going to be on the edge of this. Okay, we're all kind of bumped over towards the unbalanced. Here's the same exact formation, the same exact play, except we're on the other hash. Okay, but same thing. We're going to make a pro Liz Utah call here, and we're going to get lined up like I showed you on that previous play.